Okay guys, welcome back to the Functional Isometric Exercise Library. Today we're going to be talking about how to set up for each of the functional isometrics and ultimately go through the really simple hack to create an absolutely fixed immovable resistance that you can generate maximal force within. For this you're going to need either a squat rack or a power cage. It's that simple, okay? Again, if you don't have access to these, you can always do the equipment-free versions, or as you'll see within the isometric deadlift variation, there is actually methods in which you can utilise the forklift lifting strap to be able to set it up. But like I said, the more favourable solution will be the power cage or the squat rack. All you need from there is a figure 8 lifting strap. Simply put, it couldn't be easier. Loop both over the bar like this, okay, and then you just take the other end over like this. The other end goes underneath the safety pin. So nice and easy. As you can see there, I'll do it again. Like this. Loop it under, okay, and then that is trapped in place. Doesn't go anywhere. Again, I prefer this version to loading super maximal amounts of weight onto the bar, simply because it's easier to adjust the range of motion. Once that's anchored onto there, all you do is adjust the height of the safety pins to whatever range of motion you're aiming to work. And again, trust me, as long as the squat rack is either bolted to the ground or you have enough weight on the rack itself, that isn't going anywhere. Trap it in place and then the bar is stuck to the rack. Now, like I said, for this you're going to need to weight down the squat rack by quite a significant amount if it isn't pinned into the floor already. Now, within most traditional gyms, even if the squat rack isn't bolted to the ground, they tend to weigh quite a lot. You won't necessarily have to use the same amount of plate weight as you would popping it on the bar. But ultimately, it provides that fixed resistance that we need to be able to generate as much tension as possible. Today we're going to be going through how to use the functional forklifting strap on the deadlift. Now, main goal for this is to generate the maximal amount of tension that we need for functional isometrics or overcoming isometric. It's if we don't have access to a power rack. So, as I've mentioned before, power racks are obviously the most ideal situation that we can be in terms of being able to implement overcoming isometrics. But this works as a useful substitute, and it means you can actually perform these types of isometric training without necessarily having access to all that equipment. So all you need to do, I strongly recommend that you get the forklift lifting strap. About 15 quid on Amazon. There's nothing to it really, it's just a high stress lifting strap. It tolerates about 300 plus kilos. It's used for a lot of furniture moving companies, but it also has 3 loops within it, and they all allow for different ranges of motion, and it's a little bit more comfortable on your foot. One of the things that you'll find with this method, that is one of the limitations, is if you don't position the strap right underneath your foot, you do run the risk of limiting how much force output you can apply due to ankle inversion and eversion strength. But basically, all you do is take the strap, and like I said, with the different loop heights, you want to start off looping it through the second loop, okay? And you're just going to pop that over the barbell. Now, for the purposes of today, I still do have access to plates, but you can actually do this with a completely empty barbell. It's just a little bit more comfortable if you have access to the weights themselves. All you're going to do is loop the strap over, as we've said, for both ends of the strap. Okay, so that should just be running nicely along the middle there, okay? And then all you can do is pop the weights on as you normally would. So guys, from here, all you're going to do is run your feet, okay, underneath the... Okay guys, so the reason I like to use this type of strap is basically if you don't have access to the holes, you're going to have to adjust the length of the strap to suit you depending on how tall you are. However, Olympic plates are a standardised size, which means perfectly, actually for the majority of people, the height from here to here, okay, isn't actually that far off the floor to the bar plus the extra diameter of the foot. Obviously, if you get freakish giants that have size 17 feet, then they're going to struggle, but you can always adjust it onto the other side anyway. And what this will allow us to do is generate maximal tension into the bar, okay, actually break the weight off the ground a little bit, but immediately the strap will catch the bar, and I can assure you it isn't going anywhere. Trust me, if you get to the stage where you can snap one of these straps, chances are you'll have access to a power rack anyway, so you don't need to worry about it too much. Now, one last thing I want to stress before we actually go through the exercise itself is the position of the stitching relative to your foot, okay? Sounds picky, but it's going to determine the application of the force that is obviously being resisted by the strap. If it is off at an angle, okay, and it isn't actually running directly in line with your foot, you're going to feel that pressure through the ankle and the inversion, eversion range. So what you want to do is when you step into the strap itself, okay, first of all you want the loop that you're stepping into to be running to the outside, okay, and all you want to do is reposition it so that the strap itself is directly up the midline of your foot on both sides. And trust me, that isn't going anywhere.